Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing off the games that I'm going to be playing in my next set of games. So now with my current playthrough of games coming to an end, with only The Wanted on PS3, Rise Son of Rome on Xbox One, and Monkey King Heroes back on the PS4, it was time for me to select my next set of games that I'm going to be playing. So I thought I would share with you guys what I'm playing. So for this playthrough, I decided that I was going to choose big games. Like, you know, when I think of the games that I've just recently played, like the Ben 10 one, Wanted, then Rise or Rise, whichever one it is, I don't know, I don't care. And like Monkey King Heroes, but obviously they're not like big mainstream games like the you kind of people, you know, they say, you know, choose a console and think of a game. Those aren't the games that quickly pop to people's minds. So I wanted to play, you know, those kind of games this time round, just to kind of get that, you know, buzz and think, oh, now I've managed to finally play some of the franchises that I haven't even played. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's really gonna be really different, but I'm really looking forward to it, to see what all the fuss is about with a lot of these games. So first game I'm going to be playing, before that, sadly, I was going to choose a Mega Drive game to play, which in this instance was going to be Golden Axe 2, but sadly I still don't have a Mega Drive control pad, so therefore I can't play my Mega Drive at the moment. So I'm still having to leave that behind, which is fine, because, you know, I am going to get one. I'm going to get the wireless one from Pete the next time I go to Swindon to visit Retro Games HQ. But until then, I'm just going to leave that to the side. So first game is that I'm going to play. Now I've played this for the SNES game. I have played Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2 in the last two playthroughs. So instead of playing the third one, I wanted to take a break from Super Mario on the SNES and focus on other games. But because of the SNES, I only have two other games after Super Mario All-Stars. I had to choose one or the other, so I decided to go with a very popular one, which is Donkey Kong Country. I've heard so much about this game. You know, I'm really excited to be playing this game. Obviously a great platformer, a great adventure game. So much has been said about this game, and I really can't help but think how much fun this is going to be. Just not just this, but the entire playthrough is going to be so much. Not that any of my other playthroughs aren't. It's just like, again, you know, it's like there's a difference between playing, you know, games that may not be to everyone's taste, or being games that are popular with so many gamers. So Donkey Kong Country, really looking forward to play that. Then the next game, we've got the PS1 game. Now, again, if you've watched my previous video, you know that I've really become... I really enjoy Resident Evil. After playing the first Resident Evil game, I was so happy that I managed to play a Resident Evil game, because there was always that thought of, you know, it's challenging, it's you know, something driven. You know, it's one of those things where you have to really commit to actually complete it, because it's so puzzling and challenging, and it's like, you know, like any game, you know, from where you started to the right at the end is such a journey. So with that in mind, and because I've been seeing gameplay for it recently that's really got me interested, I went with Resident Evil 2. I know there's different scenarios that you can play, and I definitely want to play the scenario where Mr. X is on you, most of the time. That may be considered the harder scenario. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section below if you think it's a harder one. But like, I really wanted to play these, and I think that, you know, after playing the first one, because I think after playing the first one, I played as Chris. Was it Chris I played as, or am I thinking of someone else? I don't know. It's been a while. But you know, playing the first one was one of those things where it turns out that playing as Chris, if it is Chris, don't know why I keep thinking it's wrong, was actually the harder one to choose, and I didn't know that, but it will certainly explain it a lot. But no, I'm so looking forward to play this. It's so Like, I remember watching my brother play the remastered version, and again, that was really exciting to watch. So, anyway, I'm just so excited to play it. Scary as I'm sure it will be. New environment, new scary things to take place, but either way, I'm going to enjoy it. Moving on to the N64. Now, a lot of games, like, I want to play to their full potential, but in order to do that, I need the accessories to go with it. So there are certain things like I don't have the expansion pack yet, I don't have the memory cards, and I don't have... Is that it? Is that everything? The expansion pack and that? Is that everything? I think that's everything. Yes, that I don't have already. So I wanted to choose an N64 game that I can actually play, that I actually have the means to play it. And so with that in mind, I've gone with Banjo-Kazooie. Amazing game, brilliant game. Also kind of justifies the fact that I now have Banjo-Tooie, but then I got that pretty much for free anyway. So, it doesn't matter really. But I've heard so much about this. It looks so amazing. It's just something that, it's published by Rare. Great company, great people, and it's one of those things where I've seen, one of the things again where when watching gameplay, you just think to yourself, oh, I can actually really picture myself playing this game. So very, very soon, I will be doing that. Knocking it down. Right, PS2 now, and there's so many franchises I could have chosen. Can't play any of the Final Fantasies on PS2 because I haven't completed the ones on PS1 yet, apart from Final Fantasy VII. Could have done Metal Gear Solids as well, but I wanted to choose something else, something a bit different. So I went with the first God of War game. There's not really much I want to say about this other than I'm so excited. This was one of the games I first bought when getting the PS2. Not like the first time ever. I'm talking about like since I started getting back into gaming. And I remember playing the first bit when you're on the ship, and it was so much fun. Such an enjoyable game. But I think for the sake of continuity, I am going to do what I did with Shadow of the Colossus and just delete the data I already have and do the start over, which is what I'm going to do with all the other games that I was playing little bits of at the beginning when I first started playing games again. But no, obviously with everything that gets talked about with this game, everything like the 2018 one, I just can't wait to play that one. But I've obviously get to go through this, the second one, the third one. My brother said that Ascension is not a good one, but a lot of people do like it and it is rated, so I may pick it up. I may just have to do a bit more research on it before I but I'm still a way off that point, so we'll get there eventually. Xbox, original Xbox. So again, I wanted to choose something that was a big hitter, something that generates with it, a lot of people love. So I had to go with something. Again, it was a game that I played the first bit of, but again, I want to delete it and go back to the beginning so I get it all, and for continuity's sake, and that is Knights of the Old Republic. My brother absolutely adores these games. Looking back, the first time I ever saw them, I didn't think it was a game for me, because I was like the kind of guy who I like to be able to control what the person does by their moves, not by pressing an attack button or something like that, which is why turn-based RPGs and stuff like that wasn't my thing back in the day. But now I really do crave it and I love it. So seeing these, it's just it's amazing. It's such a nice thing, and I've seen so much about and heard so many things again, because that's what I love about it. It's just hearing all the people just go, "You've got to play this game." It's so amazing. You're missing out. And there's talks of there being a new Knights of the Old Republic game as well, so it's good for me to kind of get on the trend. So I'm just going to be so thrilled when I get to play this game. Oh dear, I'm knocking them all over now. Sorry, just have to quickly adjust the game so they don't fall over. Take two. Right, GameCube. Where was I going to go with GameCube? I've played so many of the games. Well, not so many, but I've played quite a few Now, some of them I need to get back just because I got rid of them, like Pokemon Colosseum, Super Mario Sunshine. So I wanted to go with something, and what better than like the first game I ever saw for the GameCube when it was like being promoted to come out, and obviously one of the launch titles had to be Luigi's Mansion. So I can't wait to play this. I don't say that about all the games, but I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, it was a launch title. You know, when I got my first GameCube back in the day, I got Double Dash, I got Super Mario Sunshine, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Full-Spell Kingdom, I played Pokemon Colosseum. But I didn't play this. You know, the first game I ever saw, I remember going to Blockbuster and you'd see, you know, all coming soon the GameCube, and you'd see this out, you know, as a, like, just a display, and it's like, oh, you know, I'd never kind of thought about it back then, but looking back at it now, it's like, again, I want to play it, it looks so great. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be, this playthrough is, I'll keep saying, I do apologise if I'm repeating myself, but this playthrough is really like a very different thing for me. Because usually I just start, like, I normally just pick games and go, I'm just going to play this game, this game, and this game. And then choosing this playthrough was so exciting. And obviously, with all that, so many other games, it's going to be that way. Because there are some games I like that are bad, but then everyone likes games that, in other people's opinions, is bad. But obviously, this is not one of them. Again, you know, it's one of those games where people say, you know, if you haven't played it, what are you waiting for? So, not long to wait. Now, since I have the Game Boy player for the GameCube, it was now time for me to think of another another Game Boy Advance game to play. So I started collecting them now, as you've seen in my video, and I wanted to choose something, and I just played Pokemon Sapphire. It took me about 31 hours from the beginning to the end, and catching Rayquaza as well. So I was thinking to myself, you know, was I going to play another Pokemon game, or was I going to focus on other games? So, but I decided that I might as well play a Pokemon game anyway, just because, you know, when I think of like Game Boy Advance games, there's not a lot of other games that I can think of other than stuff like Golden Sun, which I don't have yet, that I'll consider big hitters at the moment. So I decided to go with Fire Red. Yeah, like, I can't believe, like, when I first turned it on to check if it was all working, etc., and testing it, how obviously it's like the originals, but it's so, obviously it's in the style of Gen 3, so it's very different to look at, but at the same time very familiar and very nostalgic. So really looking forward to playing this again, even though it's like a rendition of, like, you know, the originals. I still love the idea of playing in a different format, you're choosing a different team. But I'm a traditionalist, so if I'm going to choose a starter, it's going to be Charmander, without a doubt. Next, Xbox 360. Again, a platform with so many great games on there, but I could only choose one for now, so it had to be something that, again, you hear it all the time, you have to play it. If you haven't played it, you should. You know, it's such an amazing game, you've got to play it. The whole series is great. So it had to choose one, so I chose BioShock. I love a good first-person shooter. I even like it even more when there's weird aspects to it, so like the plasmids and being able to do what you do, you know, summoning like a swarm of insects. I don't know if it's this one or it's the second one. Just all the stuff that my brothers told me, you know, about it, and just hearing how good it is and seeing some of the gameplay. It's definitely my kind of game for sure. Definitely something that, you know, watching all the videos, when you hear people talk about the whole series in general, makes me just so excited with the thought of being able to play it and actually experience it finally. Because again, like when the 360 came out, you know, I wasn't into a lot of didn't really notice much of the big games like Mass Effect and stuff like that. So it passed me by, which is why, you know, stuff like this isn't going to pass me by no longer. BioShock, we're going to play it. Wii. What are we going to play on the Wii? Could have chosen many things. I've played Mario Kart already. That was the only game I've played on the Wii, except for now playing Wii Sports and Ben 10. So not a great amount of things to have played for that. But yeah, so I decided if I wasn't going to play Super Mario Bros. On the SNES this time round, then I'm going to play the new Super Mario Bros. On the Wii. Really excited to play this. Like, I think in general, like, again, Super Mario Bros. Was a series that just passed me by. You know, one of the most if not the most famous face in all of gaming, and you know, it just passed me by, and I never thought about it. So going to play this and just, you know, experiencing it in a different scale, being, you know, instead of being SNES 1992 era, you know, with remasters come from the 1985's original NES, we're talking 2006, you know, onwards. So it's definitely going to be very different and definitely going to be really exciting. PS3, nothing more to say than The Last of Us. I said in my previous video this is what's going to be, hence why I justified being able to get the second one. Again, one of those things we didn't realise just how big this game really was until, you know, again, I did my research and it was like, wow, you know, this was incredible. Because, again, you know, missing out on like the big stuff when you hear about it, when you hear people go, oh my god, this is amazing, you've got to play this game, and the hype that leads up to it coming out, you know, because I wasn't paying attention, it's just like completely went over my head. I didn't know, you know, about these things. So now going back to these things and actually being able to play it, like The Last of Us is going to be a game that is so interesting. Like watching my brother play the remastered version on PS4 was great, you know, just seeing the interaction between, you know, the different areas you're in, and with you and Ellie, you know, what you do together and all that other stuff. It looks really great, and yeah, thankfully, again, it'll be another thing I can tick off my list of stuff that I've actually played now. Moving on to the last two. So for Xbox One, originally I was going to play this as my first Xbox One game, but because it wasn't going to be like relatable to the playthrough I was already doing, so I said I'll leave it to this one. And to play Xbox One, you know, after Rise, whatever, there was only one game option. It had to be one of the most famous Xbox related things, and that of course is Halo 5 Guardians. Don't know what much is to say about this really. It's a Halo game. I love Halo. It's one of my favourite games ever. You know, just remember playing the first one back in the day, and it was just like an incredible thing. And you think how it's going to look now. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I know Halo Infinite has been pushed back, and they're doing other things with it. Hopefully, it's going to improve on certain things. But still, still when I think of this and I think of stuff like Halo 3, Halo 3 was amazing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this as a new chapter in my Halo gaming history. And for the last game, again, this was in my current playthrough, but I swapped it out for the Monkey King game just because, again, this game this one had to be a big hitter. And you know, I can't, and funnily enough, I was actually following this since like I've been on this thing. I was following, you know, the lead up to it coming out, and I was really excited for it, and watching my brother play it is just an absolute masterpiece. And there's so many other games I could have chosen, especially now in my collection when I've got like Crash 4, Ghost of Tsushima, and stuff like that. You know, Avengers is still going to sit in my collection until a lot of stuff happens. Like, I know they've got patches out for it now. I know they're releasing new content with Hawkeye, Kate Bishop and stuff like that. But I want to like just keep hold of it for as long as I can. You know, so they can keep doing things to it. So I want to play it as maximum, because when it came out, it had such like a bad rep because it was so bad for it, and people comparing it to Anthem, and it's just like, if this is really how bad it is, I mean, I didn't pay for my copy because I got it through trade, but it's still £50 worth of trade credit just to get it, for it to then have to kind of sit in my shelf for a while just to kind of do nothing is crazy. But anyway, a bit of a tangent there, but rolling back to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Whew. Just watching this game, watching my brother play this game again, like, cause my brother didn't stop gaming, so he was always on it. He was always kind of still with the times. So watching him play this again just made me want it was like the reason so badly want a PS4. And what's funny is I picked this up on the 20th of December 2019, and I still haven't played it yet. And it's like blasphemous in my opinion, because it's like, you know, it's a game I've been wanting to play for so long. Yet it's like I've had it for, you know, over a year and a half nearly, and I haven't played it yet, and it's crazy. But that's the same with some of my other games, like, you know. But then it's like some of them, you know, I still can't play because they're like a sequel, and again, because of my rule, I did that, and it means I won't be able to have to go out and get the sequel because I already own it. But playing this game is going to be so nice. It's going to be so great. I can't wait to play it. It's so nice. I originally I said to myself when having like Knights of the Old Republic and this in the playthrough, I said to myself I wasn't going to have like the same kind of game. Not the same kind of game, or like the same kind of a franchise in it, but because they're so different, you know, Knights of the Old Republic being what it is, this being what it is, you know, I didn't want to hold off any longer to play this game, so I'm going to play it and I'm going to really enjoy it. Dear. Anyway, so that's it, guys, for my playthrough that I'm going to be playing next. I really do appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the subscriptions. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I apologise if I ramble sometimes. It's just like one of those things. I just go off on a tangent sometimes, and I just go, "Hey, I want to play this game. I'm really excited." Blah blah blah. But I am, you know, it's one of those things where gaming means so much to me now more than ever, because, you know, I'm being able to finally play these things when it's like people like BioShock. I think came out in 2010. So I'm playing it like 11 years later. And it's like, you know, so many other people played it, they completed it, and then they had the joy of playing it on the complete collection for the PS4 and all the other remasters. You know, it's like, whereas I'm only just experiencing them for the first time. So, but yeah, you know, that's my gaming journey, and that's what it's all about. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe down below with notifications turned on for my latest videos. Anyway, guys, as usual, thank you very much for watching and subscribing. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. And also let me know in the comment section below what you're playing at the moment and what you plan to play.